Hello and welcome to the first in a series of discussions with members of Vistage Group 8657 here in the greater Boston area. Vistage is a worldwide CEO development organization. They provide program comprising confidential facilitator-led peer advisory groups, individual coaching, expert speakers, and a worldwide community of over 40,000 members across 30 countries. And while CEOs join for a variety of reasons, all have three things in common: to make better decisions, to become better leaders, and to get dramatically better results, that is, to scale. With us today is Michael Walt. Michael is the CEO of French Home. Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
So Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from? And if it's not Boston, what brought you here?
So originally from South Africa, I immigrated to the US in 1990. So it's been a long time. Came to Boston because I had friends and family here and a business opportunity, which in a way I'm still in the same business, although it's changed many times over the years. And the people I was in business with originally, we're no longer in business together. Very amicable split, but and I'm now running French Home on my own.
So tell us the French Home story. You began to give us some background, but what's the French Home story itself?
So French Home started in the early 2000s between myself and several business partners, some of whom had connections in France and Italy with dinnerware, cookware, fancy goods, glassware, ceramics. And we started, as a group, we started selling these products in the US, specifically to the online retailers. So this was the early 2000s where we were fairly early on in selling through Amazon and Wayfair and Macy's online division. And over the years, the dinnerware, cookware portion of the business has grown, as has the division where we sell to online retailers.
Fantastic. And what's unique about French Home? What makes you different and better than alternatives out there?
Well, we have several brands that we bring in from Europe. There's a line of glassware called La Rochère, which is the oldest glass manufacturer in Europe. They've got a very extensive range of French glassware with designs inspired by the French history. We've got a line of cast iron cookware, also made in France, very high-end enameled cast iron cookware. We've got a line of tabletop linens from Portugal, also very high-end range. So these products we sell as under the brand that it's manufactured. In addition to lines of steak knives from France, very, very high-end, handmade. That's the one part of the business. The other part, we sell our own brand under the name French Home. We work with several manufacturers around the world, including China, and we work with several manufacturers to create product, things like steak knives, cheese knives, 20-piece cutlery sets, serving pieces, but a very good quality at a very appropriate price. You know, we've worked very closely with the factories to make sure that the quality is as perfect as we can get it, and it's still at a reasonably affordable price. So I think what makes us stand out is the value for money and also our designs. One of my colleagues is very skilled at color, and we put together color ranges of the cutlery that we sell, and just very creative, fun, classical colors that I think give us an edge over our competitor.
Great. And where are you located? Where's your office?
We're in Holliston, Massachusetts, where we have an office and a warehouse.
Fantastic. And how did you find out about Vistage? Remember?
Yes. A friend of mine introduced me to someone who was in a business that was in some way connected to mine. I met with him, and he just happened to mention about this group that he was part of. And I said, wow, that sounds interesting. Tell me more. So he told me more about it, and it sounded appealing, partially because I used to do a lot of trade shows. And at the trade shows, I would be exhibiting with a lot of other business owners, and there were a lot of people to just talk to and bounce ideas off. The business has changed. We do not exhibit at trade shows anymore. We haven't for probably 6, 7, 8 years. And it just sounded really attractive to have a group of people who I could talk to about all the different business issues that crop up all the time. So the guy who I met introduced me to Craig. We had a discussion, and 1 or 2 months later, I was part of the group, which I think is almost exactly 2 years ago.
Indeed, it is 2 years ago this month.
Yeah.
And so the main reason for joining, if you had to just narrow it down, it sounds like it was the desire to have some other business owners to talk to, because you didn't have that any longer since you weren't going to trade shows.
Yeah, that's part of it. Just having people to bounce ideas off, even if they're in a different business, it doesn't really matter. There's still issues that are common to all businesses. So it's interesting to speak to people who are actually who are seeing it for real every day.
Yeah.
It's much more practical than theoretical.
Yes.
And also, what I like about it is it gives a bit of a challenge. You arrive at the meeting and you've got to think, okay, what are my issues that I'm dealing with? What do I need to discuss? Let me bring up something that's important. And people pose questions and they make suggestions, which, sometimes, I never thought of that. It's something to really consider going forward.
And this is a membership organization. How would you describe the other members? What are they like?
I think they're all very impressive people. They all seem to run pretty successful businesses, extremely nice people, very easy to talk to. And what's also interesting is people seem to have pretty successful businesses, but they still deal with stresses and with issues and with problems. So it makes you feel, I'm not alone. There's other people who are dealing with the same as I am. But they're the kind of people that I feel when they give me advice, it's worth listening to.
And so would you say that looking back over these last 2 years, what led you to join the group, Vistage, has it borne out? Has it met your expectations? Is it what you thought it would be?
Yes. I mean, I wasn't quite sure what it would be. I knew it would be a forum where I'd be meeting other people and sort of interacting with other people, which has been great. I didn't have real expectations because I didn't quite know the format that the meetings would take place. But what I really like about them is when we have discussions about issues that people are having in the businesses. And even if it's not an issue that's relevant to me, it's still a learning process.
Yeah.
You see how other people deal with these things. So, didn't know exactly what to expect, but whatever I did, this has probably exceeded it.
What's one surprise, something you weren't expecting, that you've encountered, if any?
Maybe the monthly report that I send out, where we talk about the business, then me personally in the business, me personally, and my health.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just makes me sort of broadens my mind and makes me just open up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes me think each month, wow, well, how is the business really doing? Because I've got to report back. I cannot, if it's a slow month, I cannot just forget about it. So I've got to actually face the reality. It's a slow month. Say, yes, this is what's going on. This is why, or this is what's going to happen. Makes you more accountable.
Yep. Michael, at the top of the episode, I gave listeners a description of Vistage. How would you describe it?
I would describe it as a forum where you can honestly and what's the word? You can honestly discuss issues that you're facing in the business and problems that you're facing in the business and get honest advice from people who only want to help. They've got no ulterior motive. They're not competitors of yours. So they want you to succeed as much as you want to succeed. And they're happy to give their thoughts and advice. And I think that's quite valuable.
All right. Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time and your contribution today.
Sure.
It's been great.
Thank you. Thanks, Craig.
This concludes episode 1. We hope you enjoyed it and that you'll join us for the next episode, which will feature another member of Vistage Group 8657. You can find the recordings of all episodes on our YouTube channel, as well as contact information for the guests and the host. Until next time, have a great week.